going on? What's going on? What's going on? Let me kill this intro. Beast, what's going on? Charmaine, good morning. Let's kill this intro. Let's get on camera. How we doing? How we doing? Man, I got the sunlight coming in early. All right, son, that's how you feel? You want to be a part of the stream today? Okay. Zedric, what's going on? Good morning. Good morning. Sound check is out the way. The sound is good. How y'all feeling today? How y'all feeling? Every Monday, we start off. It is 1 week closer to finally getting to see Shedeur play. That's the positive side of it. That's how I'm looking at it. As long as Kevin Stefanski is going to continue to, send Dillon Gabriel out there and set him up for failure, we're just one step closer. One step closer. We got some stuff to talk about today. So I'm going to show y'all a bunch of people in Cleveland media, some smaller podcasters that y'all probably have never seen before. They were the last ones holding out hope on Kevin Stefanski. Good morning, Leon. Good morning, Keith. Good morning, y'all. So I'm going to show y'all some smaller Cleveland podcasters who was holding out hope for Kevin Stefanski. They no longer have faith in him. Latika, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Then we're going to get to some in the Cleveland media, Cleveland radio, what they were talking about this morning. And then, we always got to look at we got to take a national view of it. Latanya, what's going on? Good morning. Natalie, good morning. Maurice, good morning. C. Brown Run, good morning. Then we're going to take a national look at it, and we're going to see if it's starting to align. Everybody is starting to see something that I saw a while ago. I've been trying not to keep saying I said this, I said that, but I got to show y'all something that I said after week 2. He'll need his hand forced to make a move. I think that's why he is quick to say Dillon will start after the games, no matter the production. I'm with you when you're right. Zedric, that's true. Everything else, he got to look at the film. Fourth and 4, guy jumps off sides. Yeah, you just can't do that. I got to look at the film. This pass was overthrown. Got to look at the film. Then ask about Dillon Gabriel. Oh, he's a starter going forward. You ain't got to look at no film. Okay. Zedric, you see it. Zedric, yesterday was a really good day. It was kind of overwhelming, to be honest with you, because I was just so surprised at the amount of people who subscribed yesterday, subscribed at the views, the way the chat was going. It was just a really good experience overall yesterday. It was a long stream, too. I streamed for over 4 hours yesterday. So it was just a really, really good stream. So a lot of new subscribers from yesterday. So shout out to all the new people who are here. I appreciate y'all. Y'all see the question. Is Kevin Stefanski a good coach? This entire show will be about if Kevin Stefanski is good or not. We got people still arguing, saying he's good. I don't believe he's good, but it's people who are arguing that he's good. Even with our failures, he's good. Okay. All right. Hey, if that's what you want to say, big up your man, type your mans up, do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. So, first things first, I think I got a live look at Kevin Stefanski in his office. Let me check it out. Let me see. Let's see what Kevin is up to right now. Oh, yeah. There go, Kevin. It's burning down, but he's saying, we going to do better, y'all. We going to do better. Okay. Whatever you say. Also, if you were here towards the end of the stream, I was looking for this. They need to throw in the towel on Kevin and Dillon Gabriel. This is what I was referencing. They got to throw in the towel, man. It's a wrap. It's over. They have to accept their fate for what it is. let's go back. I want to show y'all some stuff on X. Steaming garbage juice, man. That does not sound like a good coach to me if that's how you're being described. Does not sound like it. Let's go good old Kevin. No, that's Tony. We're gonna skip Tony. Let's go here. This is where we're gonna go. Joe Antonio. Somebody yesterday in yesterday's stream said, I want to see how Joe Antonio speaks after this game. He's been on Dillon's side. We got a Joe Antonio side, and so we're gonna play this. There's nothing to argue. Stefanski's record, objective facts prove that he is a bad coach. Skull 13. I'm with you. I am with you. All right, let's get Joe Antonio. He's going to be the first one to join the stream today. Let's make sure I got the sound up. Sometimes the sound coming from X is not that good.
Here's some NFL.
I'm just going to turn this up just a little bit to make sure it's good on y'all end. All right, let's see what Joe has to say.
Some of the all-time greats, and I'm not comparing anybody, but you look at some of their interceptions, their sacks, their things like that. Like, it takes a long time to see enough defenses and enough, plays in this league. And I'm going to continue to fight for whoever's back there. Like, the whole offensive team has to be better for him to make sure that he has his opportunities. Here's some NFL. Some of the all-time.
Good morning, Tessa. That was a live look at Joe Antonio. This does not sound like a person who is confident at all. Good morning, Ms. Brown. This is not the sound of somebody who's confident in the person that they're backing up, the person that they're trying to support. He's losing grip. He's losing grip on the rope. He's not going to publicly shame him, but he sounds like he's ready. Now, this was funny to me. This was yesterday. I just find it funny that it's taken him so long to finally come to the place that we'd already been. But welcome to our side. Let's see what they had to say yesterday. This is after the game. Second straight game, he's done this too. Don't think that's coincidence. You on to something.
I don't want to do this, but we're going to. So we know how bad the offsides from Cam Thomas was on that 4th and 4. Stefanski was asked, what happened? Everybody buckle up. We're going to hear this together. I have a feeling I'm going to lose my mind.
Let's go.
Let's go,
yeah,
Carmen.
Again, it's never about one play. We have to do our job, all of us, in that moment. That's, very
Offense,
disappointing.
defense, special teams.
No, Coach, it is about one play. It's about that play. It's about the holding on defense on Devin Bush. Yes, you're allowed to say it's about one play. What? Kev, stop defending your players. Stop it. It was a boneheaded mistake. Come out and say, yeah, it was a mistake. He wasn't.
Does this sound like he's describing a good coach? Doesn't sound like he's describing a good coach to me. This seems like this is a person that's at his wit's end that he can no longer defend this coach. That's what that looks like to me. It sounds like to me. Now, this is a funny one, y'all. So this is so funny. This is Lance Risling. He goes on 92.3 The Fan. This is before the game yesterday. This is what he's saying. And then we're going to look at the thread that he puts out after the Browns lose the game. They're not the same. Let's go. Let's go, Lance. Let's see what you got to say.
Do you think they go together?
I don't.
No?
I don't. Not at this point. No.
Okay.
I the way I see it happening right now, I think Stefanski's going to fire at the end of the season, and I think Barry's going to be able to keep his job. Is that what I would do? No. I would have fired them both. I would have got rid of just completely clean house and got rid of both. Now, that also, though, Coach, is dependent on what other options are out there. So, like, if there's some awesome GM that pops up and or some coach that pops up and he's like, I want to have my GM and I want to have my people in place and I'm only coming here if we can do it this way, that might be enough to go ahead and kick everyone out. But I feel like part of the reason why DePodesta isn't here right now is because Barry has been able to get enough credit within the Haslam enterprise to be able to showcase to them that they don't even need DePodesta. Haslam can do, or Barry can do this all now.
Interesting, because I would go the opposite, but I'm with that's interesting, very interesting.
So you would
yeah, I think there's a lack of
keep Stefanski, fire Barry.
So I think you got to put pieces around him.
He would keep Kevin Stefanski. This is a pregame show. Now he put out this long post with 5 different points on why the Browns are 2-7. Surprisingly, it does not match what he was saying pregame. So, postgame, the Browns are 2-7 is not by accident. From offense and special teams, there are clear reasons this team keeps finding ways to lose. Here are the 5 biggest reasons. The Browns have never found who they are offensively. No rhythm, no confidence, no identity, too many personnel changes, inconsistent QB play, no clear plan to attack the defense. Lack of offensive talent, special teams mistakes, situational football. The Browns lose critical moments, third down, red zone, 2-minute. Good teams execute when it matters. Coaching and communication. Too often players look unsure. The details matter. Until this team plays cleaner, communicates better, finds real offensive playmakers, the results won't change. So, before the game, you were saying you would keep Stefanski and get rid of Barry. Then you named 5 reasons. 3 of the 5 reasons are directly tied to the head coach. And that's the one you would keep?
Stop it. Get some help.
You got to do better, man. You don't have to go outside like this. You don't have to die on this hill with defending Kevin Stefanski. Kevin Stefanski is who he is. Accept it. Move on. You don't got to twist yourself up. All these points that he gave for why the Browns are in the position that they're in, we saw this before the game even happened yesterday. It's no reason to keep trying to defend him. He not good, y'all. He not good. Skull 13 said it correctly. Let me get back to his comment. He said it very concisely, too. Where's his comment go? Okay. There is nothing to argue. Stefanski's record and objective facts prove he is a bad coach. I agree. Now let's get to it. Now, a lot of what we're going to see today is because I saw this right here. This is good old Emmanuel Acho. The backup's backup. He speaks that backup language. He speaks it like no other. Let's see what he has to say about Kevin Stefanski.
You've already won Coach of the Year twice. We understand you're smart, but you're not smarter than everybody in the world. We got eyes too. So to me, Kevin Stefanski's stubbornness might be what cost him his tenure in Cleveland. And I believe Kevin Stefanski is the greatest thing to happen to the Cleveland Browns in the last 25 years. I was drafted to the Cleveland Browns. So if anybody has authority to speak on the Cleveland Browns, trust me, I do.
What?
But this...
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Kevin Stefanski is the greatest thing to happen to the Cleveland Browns in the last 25 years. Does anybody else agree with that statement? I don't agree with that statement. Does anybody else agree with it? I think that is way over the top. He gets on my nerves so bad. Yeah, just all over the place. The backup's backup. You know, if you speak in backup language, he understand it. If you speak in that starter talk, he don't know what you're talking about. So I was listening to this and I was like, dang, this is crazy. Nonsense, Maurice. Butch Davis was our best coach. Brett, good morning, Brett. And you on to something.
Stubbornness, bro, is truly starting to look negligent.
Charmaine, no.
And it's starting to look like malpractice because we all got eyeballs, bro. Myles Garrett slamming his helmet down on the ground after 5-sack games. Cleveland Browns losing to the
Mr. Flip-Flop himself. Let me tell you, my man, he stay at the beach because he like wearing them flip-flops.
Jets. Justin Fields at halftime had -7 net yards passing.
Oh.
How do you...
Are you defending Kevin Stefanski or are you explaining to us why he's so bad? I'm trying to figure it out. He wasn't even in Cleveland that long. He was not there that long. I think they call it having a cup of coffee. He had a cup of coffee in Cleveland.
You lose that football game. So to me, Stefanski, what you're doing is an embarrassment to what you've done so great in the Cleveland Browns organization and in your tenure there. You're undermining all of that incredible work that you've done with how you're handling Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel.
Yo.
So wouldn't that mean he's probably not a good coach? I'm trying to figure it out, y'all. I'm trying to figure it out. Maybe my ability to understand Acho is off, but to me it sounds like you're describing a bad coach. That's what I hear. I'm not hearing anything else. So We're going to get back to Acho, but let's keep this thing moving forward. I'm going to show y'all how a real coach sounds. And I got to take this back. I just like this whole thing that Nick Saban did, but let's hear Nick Saban and see if anything we hear or see from Kevin Stefanski sounds like anything Nick Saban speaks on.
Everybody's got a blind spot. I mean, my wife tells me mine is as big as the Grand Canyon. Your blind spot is how you think you are and how other people perceive you. The difference in the middle is all of our blind spots because we don't see ourselves that way. All right, but we're talking about people. And the first thing that you got to have on your team is the people on your team, with all these things that I'm talking about, have to respect each other. It's the only way that they can trust each other. And the only way you can have any togetherness on your team, your staff, and your organization is people have to trust each other. And that starts with the principles and values that you promote, the example that you set, because you can't expect other people to do things that you won't do.
So it sounds like Kevin Stefanski has a blind spot for Dillon Gabriel. It sounds like he is asking everyone to get better. He is not willing to get better himself. That sounds like a bad coach to me. I'm just taking a couple of his points. That's just what it sounds like. If you ever been a manager, if you ever been a leader, if you ever were in charge of something, the easiest way for somebody to undermine you is for them to put you in a situation where they know you will not do the things that they do. You will not go to their level, or you don't have their level of understanding of something. And that's the way they undermine you and say, look, he don't even know how to do this. How are we supposed to listen to this person? Very similar to Kevin Stefanski. Kevin Stefanski cannot take his feelings out of wanting to be right about Dillon Gabriel and say he is not making us better. So much so that people are just saying, well, Dillon isn't losing the games. It's insane, man, how low the bar is. Very low. Shout out to Natalie, the first super chat of the day.
Oh my God! Wow!
Natalie starting off early. Everybody put Natalie in the chat, please.
I got money.
Thank you, Natalie. I appreciate it. I believe that's a super sticker. I got to learn exactly the correct terms for these, but I believe that's a super sticker. So thank you. I appreciate it. Good morning, Marie. Good morning, Ivy League Mac. What's going on? Acho always gets to the finish lines and turns around. That is a fact. Not just a blind spot, blinders. I totally agree. My man can't see nothing. Sounds like Stefanski is a DG culture member. That's a fact. Because he believe in DG more than he believe in himself. It's insane. I don't get it. I don't understand it, but he does. So he got some blinders and he's not seeing things correctly. Let's keep it moving. I don't like to say this all the time, and I try to take a couple times off without saying it. But I got to throw it back to something I said previously. What's happening, my brother? Ivy League Mac, I'm good, man. I'm good. Ready for another great show. Ready for another good one. Now, this is after week 2. This is how I was speaking on things with the Cleveland Browns. After week 2, I went to, and this is why I'm so critical of Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry. The last Browns game I went to was when at the last minute they decided wait a DTR was gonna minute. Start. All right, let's pause that. They are telling me to
shut up and take my money. Shut up and take my money.
So I'm going to listen. Shout out to Miss Brown for the super sticker. Everybody, please. I don't want to mess up her first name. So either put Miss Brown in the chat or put her first name in the chat. Shout out to Miss Brown with the super sticker. I appreciate you.
Oh my God! Wow!
They starting off early, y'all.
I got money.
Thank you, Ms. Brown. You always tuning in. You always tapped in. You gave us that sideline input yesterday, letting us know about DG, how short he was once you saw him in person. So I always appreciate you being here. Thank you. Good morning, Lex. What's going on? I'm missing some. Oh, it's old people pleasing Acho, which is why his show got canceled. Yeah, he plays the contrarian too much, and eventually playing the contrarian gets old. Oh, Natalie, my bot got you. All you said is Miss Brown. Man, my bot got you. I don't know what that was about. I don't know what that was about. Good morning, Shanithia. Now let's get back to why I hold them to such a high standard, and I'm over them. Let's go. In place of Deshaun, when Deshaun couldn't go. That was the last Browns game I went to. It was at home against the Baltimore Ravens, and we just got smacked. And I saw DTR, and I was like, he is not an NFL quarterback. I'm just watching him live in game, and I had this. Yeah, the bot tripping early to a Browns game. I was probably 5 rows from the field, right behind the Browns bench. I was up close. I was seeing everything, and I was like, "This is not an NFL quarterback." And then I had to think, who drafted him? Who thought this was an NFL quarterback? And it was Andrew Berry. Facts, then I Cedric. thought, how did they not get him more prepared to go play quarterback? And I was like, that's Kevin Stefanski. Then I started questioning, I don't think these guys can do it. So tap into my YouTube shorts. That was me after week 2. Week 2, I really just started to go through the process in my mind and say, these guys are not it. Unfortunately, it took a lot of people an additional 7 to 8 weeks for them to see what I saw and what I was already questioning. Because I really thought about DTR. Good morning, Jermaine. I really thought about DTR, and I was looking at DTR, and I was like, man, this falls on these two guys. So as soon as we were in another situation with more rookie quarterbacks, I was like, it's going to fall on these two guys again. And these two guys are showing that they're not the answer. They don't have the answers. So that was just a throwback. I'm not going to live in that world a long time, but I'm even going to show y'all. So I'm going to show y'all some podcasts y'all probably never seen before speaking on the Browns, but everybody is singing the same tune. So usually for everybody to get on the same page, things have to be really, really, really bad. So let me show y'all. This is the first one.
As you can tell from the title screen.
If you haven't seen before, the name of this channel is the Optimistic Fan Club. So that's the name of it. So you know they have optimism, and they're going to be looking for the positives. This is how he's currently speaking on Kevin Stefanski.
It is over for Kevin Stefanski. It is time. That was the litmus test. That was the ultimate test right there. The New York Jets, man. The New York Jets. You just lost to the New York Jets, who are in full tank mode, who traded Quinnen Williams, who traded Sauce Gardner.
So just by the name, he's optimistic, and look at what he's saying. It's done. It's done. His fate is sealed the moment he says Shedeur is a starter. I would agree with that. Kevin Stefanski is a bottom 5 coach, and AB is a mid-talent selector with a spotty track record. Ivy League Mac, you onto something. I watched some of his stuff, like him. Zedric, so you know he's been the one who's been holding the rope the longest. He's been holding the rope the longest, saying, Kevin, we got to give him a chance and all this. Now he's over. He said, you know what? I'm letting the rope go. I can't get with it. I watched him, Marie. I watched him last night. Everyone is ready for him to go. That's a fact. When you have one band, one sound, that's the worst thing for a coach. Why they never blame DG, I don't know. It's taken them a very long time to get to the Dillon Gabriel side of it. They don't want to say it for some reason. It's like they can't say it in public that Dillon Gabriel is not it. I don't know what it is, but that's the first one. He's over it. There's nothing else he has. He can't defend Kevin Stefanski anymore.
Why?
Here's another
what
one.
Good does it do to keep Kevin? If you,
Browns film breakdown. If y'all haven't watched him, he does great breakdowns of Browns film. In the summer, he had Dan Lanning on to speak on Dillon Gabriel. He was the most positive regarding Dillon Gabriel in the offseason. He was over Dillon Gabriel a couple weeks ago. Now, he's over Kevin Stefanski. There was a video a while back where you could see the cracks forming. Yep. Everybody was, they slowly come into the edge before they just say, you know what, Kevin ain't it. Let's see how they sound last night.
if you're gonna fire him now.
Yeah, I don't have a desire. I don't have a strong pat like either way. If they wanted to fire him now, I wouldn't be like, oh my God, why would they not wait until the end of the year? Sort of same thing. I don't have one. I get they've driven me to the point, Brad, that I don't really care about. Like, I'm not obviously care about aspects of this team, but the coaching staff's fate to me feels sealed. So it's a matter of like, do you want to continue to trudge along and just like give him the year to keep the.
They are over it. You see it. He can barely get his words because he is that far over it. He really don't even want to have a conversation. That is the point. That's what y'all are seeing here. That is a scenario where your girl sends you that text, we need to talk later. You look at that text the whole day you at work. Every couple hours, you just looking at that text, and then you're trying to go back in your head and say, what did I do? What did I forget? Then you start going through, what's the checklist, y'all? Fellas, y'all know the checklist. Is it a birthday? Is it an anniversary? Was I supposed to do something at the house? You start going through the checklist, and you wrecking your brain that whole day trying to put it together, what you didn't do because you know it's about to be some ish when you get home. That's how he's speaking. He's speaking just like that. he can't put it together. Key in the stuttering. Marie, that's a fact. This morning, Rizzo is dating Deshaun, or stating Deshaun may play before Shedeur. I think that is just to stir up some controversy, but I don't see it. I'm open to being wrong about that, but I don't see it. Do you know what would happen if they went and played Deshaun Watson before Shedeur? Shedeur been there the whole program. Shedeur has worked his way up. He's done everything right. If they go and just play Deshaun Watson when people know who Deshaun Watson is, then it would just be terrible. It would be a disaster. So hopefully they don't do that. It wouldn't surprise me with this coach. Come on, man. We they can't put Deshaun out there first. It seems like Stefanski picked Dillon in the third round, and they are going to stick with him. That's it. They drew a line in the sand and said, we're gonna ride with him. We're gonna ride with DG. Zedric, you know what I'm talking about. You don't even want to go home. You making up reasons. You got to stop at the store. Man, do we got bread at the house? Let me go see. Let me stop at the grocery store. You get home. You sit in the car. You don't want to get out the car. You're really trying to put it together. Like, man, what this is about to be about? That's how he was formulating those sentences he was saying because he's over it. He's over it.
What I said now is, if they want to.
This is another one. I've been showing y'all him. I try to show him once every other week so y'all can see how he views. He was the one last week who said if the offense looks a lot better, then Kevin Stefanski should stay. He said that a week ago. I showed y'all him, Blake, on the left of the screen. I showed a week ago with him saying that. He is not keeping that same energy. Clyde, what's going on? Good morning, man. He not keeping that same energy, y'all.
Want to fire everybody? Just fire everybody.
I was going to ask you if you were ready yet, man.
So here's the deal. I talked a lot about how I expected us to be 0-8 at the bye. We were 2-6. We were better than I thought we would be at the bye. I was remaining patient, but I said that there were games left on this schedule that I was judging the Browns on. and that this was one of them. I also said this was an absolute cannot lose game. You cannot lose to a team that is actively tanking. They wanted to lose the game. At least their front office and maybe their coaching staff would never say it out loud, but I bet you like they have some assurances that losses are okay right now, you know, and we lost that game. And it's at the point now where I even though I'm like, you can fire everybody and maybe you need to fire everybody, I'm more upset about how we got to this point because like, I still think Kevin will go coach somewhere and probably be good. I think we're firing our best coach.
So before I understood the limitations you have on YouTube, I had to take a lot of my streams down because I used to play music. This is where I would insert How Did We Get Here? I used to play that song so much because I always knew that people would ask those questions. How do we get here? Nobody's supposed to be here. That's the question he asking. That's what he's saying, y'all. He don't even know how we got here. So definitely changing tunes. Hold up. Wait a minute.
Oh my God! Wow!
Let me take him off the screen for a second. Take him off the screen. Charmaine making sure I got that coffee. She hit the Cash App. Thank you, Charmaine. Charmaine did this, y'all. So I can say this.
I got money.
Everybody put Charmaine in the chat. Put Charmaine in the chat if you could. Put Charmaine in the chat. Thank you, Charmaine. You are very consistent. We're always looking out for me, always being here, always supporting. So I definitely appreciate you. Thank you, Charmaine. Let me hit some of y'all chats. Every time I hear these guys, I feel like I'm losing brain cells. Maurice, I'm picking up what you put down. I totally understand. He used to twist himself in a pretzel trying to defend Kevin Stefanski. He can't even do nothing with him no more. DG talking things like Kevin Stefanski. This is why he rides for him. However, he is his blind side. QB isn't just about head knowledge. The physical attributes are equally important. Jermaine, talk to him, man. Talk to him. You need both. They are not firing Kevin Stefanski. I don't think they're going to fire him right now, Charmaine. I think at the end of the year, he's done, though. I think he's done. We know how this goes. After the game, everyone ratting about how bad Dillon, Kevin Stefanski, AB, and the offensive line. By midweek, the narrative is Shedeur is not ready. Talk to him, Shanithia. Talk to him. It's a cycle. It's a cycle that we go through. That's what happens. People don't stick to how they truly feel about it. So they just do a little sing and dance, and that's how they go through it. This is exactly how they go through it. Hot take. The only way this all makes sense is if the Browns are tanking, they trade Miles for more draft picks, and they start Sanders in 2026 with a loaded roster at O-line and receiver. I've seen people float out the idea that the Browns could be tanking, and that's why they're doing this. I'm at a point where I'm not willing to give the Browns any grace because they've had so much failure. So when people say maybe it's a mastermind and they're really trying to tank, I'm not willing to give them that pass. I don't think they have done anything that shows that they're going full tank. They are trying to win. If they weren't trying to win, they would have traded Miles. They would have started trading guys off the roster. So as long as they're going to keep high-paid, their best high-paid players on the roster, I'm not giving them the tank pass. I'm not doing it. I'm not willing to give it to them. So they just got to do better. They got to do better. I can't give them that pass. DG is at his limit. He can't throw any better. He can't play any better. All his knowledge won't help him to overcome the struggles, no matter how much first team reps. Jermaine, that is the same point I'm at. towards the end of my stream yesterday, I started saying Dillon is melting. He's melting right before our eyes. He's gave us everything he has. He don't have no more. It's no next level he can take it to. When he threw that pass to Jerry Jeudy, I went back and I watched it a couple times. He had to put his whole body weight into throwing that pass to get the ball 27 yards across the field. Whole body weight, floated up in the air. He giving you all he got. He gave it his all. That's all he got. Actually, let me show y'all something real quick. Let's drop this up. Let me show y'all real quick. Because that I tend to agree. I tend to agree with that. Let's see. Let's pull this up. Is that Kevin? That's Kevin.
What you felt in
Actually, I can't even sure because I don't have it scheduled to come out yet. But essentially, I'm saying the exact same thing as you, Jermaine. I was telling someone yesterday, Mary Kay has at least 3 separate opinions before the week is over. That's a fact. Mary Kay is not making her own decisions on how she views situations. She is a microphone. She's a microphone. Jason Lloyd is a microphone. The people on the radio are microphones. At times, I'm surprised, but Zach Jackson turned into a microphone. That's what it is. They're microphones. They will never. You can say, "How do you feel about this subject?" And they will say, "Well, I heard from this person this." They will never say, "This is how I feel about said subject." So those people to me are microphones. They're not speaking how they feel. How you doing, Latrice? Shalom. I think Kevin is holding this team back with his ego. I would tend to agree. Last week, there were arguments about, does Kevin Stefanski have an ego? Yes or no? People were saying that. Some people were saying his ego is the thing that's holding him back. Other people were saying, no, he's selfless. That's why he gives up play call. No, he gave up play calls because they told him your offense is trash. It's been trash for 2 years. So that's why that's why he gave up the play calls. Not because he's this selfless person. Let me do what's best for the team. Nah, that ain't it. She reporting on the leak she getting from multiple sources. I agree. It's definitely not coming from her views. The undertones of those tropes are very obvious. Don't feed into that bull junk. The only one that I really feed into is when they say Shedeur plays street ball. That's the one I can't go for. For the most part, they say what they say. I just disagree with what they say about Shedeur. But when they get to the Shedeur is playing street ball stuff, I can't let that one ride because they're trying to call him stupid. So that's the one I can't let ride. If they say, oh, he runs backwards, if they say they don't think he's good, that's whatever. You got your opinion. But when you say he's playing street ball and you're basically saying he's not smart enough to process what's happening in real time, that's the one I got to push back on. I always have to push back on that one. I can't let it ride. I can't let that one slide. Why is Jerry Jeudy saying how DG is getting better? Confidence is growing each game. He's trying to build him up. He's trying to be a good vet teammate. He's trying to be a good vet teammate to the public eye. If you notice, all of this is about building up Dillon Gabriel's confidence. This entire thing. Because I started to see it. I was like, do y'all remember when Dillon Gabriel made the competitors versus entertainers comment? The very next day, First Take opened up with calling out Dillon Gabriel. And they said, we're going to go at Dillon Gabriel because he's attacking the media and he hasn't done anything yet. Right after that, the Browns announced Joe Flacco's the starter. So I was like, man, they're protecting Dillon Gabriel. And then we started to see at different points, they're doing things to protect Dillon Gabriel. They're trying to make sure his confidence is there. So as we are seeing that, that shows me he's not confident. The entire team is working to build his confidence. This is not a Dillon Gabriel project. You got to play the game. You can't spend a whole season trying to build his confidence up. I keep going back to and comparing this to the Colorado situation. It eventually got to the point where they could no longer spend a whole season building up Caden Salter. It got to the point where they had to say, his confidence is not there. We have to move on. That's what it was. And the Browns are at that point, they are more stubborn. But if it finally got to the point, we got to move on. We got to move on. They also took play calling away from Pat Shurmur. And if you notice, once Juju got settled in, you saw offense that looked better. You saw them targeting guys one-on-one. You saw Juju having more input to what they were doing. You saw him speaking to the receivers. When they do this, I need you to do this. So you don't have to build up confidence in Juju. You don't have to build up confidence in Shedeur. You don't have to spend all this time trying to make him feel good. You in the NFL now. I can't be out here trying to make you feel good. You got to feel good when you wake up. Kevin Stefanski knew his job was on the line. I believe Kevin Stefanski and Lanning want to make Dillon QB1, and if successful, could start a pipeline from Oregon to the NFL. Dillon was not the talent Kevin Stefanski expected. Talk to him, Latanya. Talk to him. What they thought he was and what he really is two different places. Those planes never come close to each other. They never come close to each other. That's exactly what I saw too watching him play these last 5 games. He is at his limit, no hate, but look and see the film. Jermaine, I totally agree. When I watch it on film too many times, I'm like, man, he can't do nothing else. He can't get any better. Like, that's it. Maxed out. When you got to use all that stuff to throw the ball, I'm looking at you like, this not NFL quarterback. It's not it. So, I see it. Perpetual Lie. Stefanski reminds me of movies from the 50s. The Bad Seed is the name of the movie. She always lied. Talk to him, Clyde. Talk to him. That Madden comment was shade at Reese. Tell me more, Zedric. Who said the Madden comment? I feel like I've seen that somewhere. Didn't somebody say like just because somebody plays Madden, they act like they can call plays in the NFL? I could be wrong, but let me know. Let me know if that's the one you're talking about, Zedric. Body language tells us everything. He's not confident at all. Shedeur even tried speaking to him on what he was seeing out there yesterday. Yes, the whole team is trying to build him up. The whole team is trying to make sure he feels comfortable, and it's not getting there because he don't have it. He knows it's another level that he cannot get to. He knows it's another level he can't get to. I got you, Maurice. Selmo Fudd, what's good? What is good?
This was great about sports. This was
Hold on, do I got it on fast? I do have it on fast. Let me slow it down. That was a good call out, so I got you right here.
Greatest thing about sports is you play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it. That's the great thing about sports. You play to win. And I don't care if you don't have any wins. You go play to win. When you start telling me it doesn't matter, then retire. Get out.
Talk to him, coach. Talk to him. I think Miles was told to keep his mouth shut and be a team player. He was definitely holding back Ms. Brown in his post-game press conference yesterday. He was trying to be more measured. He was trying not to show emotion. Why are they drafting a QB next year? Because they don't know what they're doing. They have no idea what they're doing. It's not that many good QBs coming out. It's two of them, y'all. I started watching all these quarterbacks. Every single week, I was even doing a separate stream just breaking down the quarterbacks. But I still watch the quarterbacks, but it's at a point where it's no reason for me to do a whole stream on the quarterbacks because the quarterbacks is not it. You have Fernando Mendoza, who played at Cal. Now he's at Indiana. He kind of is one of the two best options, but just how good he's been this year doesn't really equate to what he's been his whole collegiate career. So some question marks there. Then you have Ty Simpson in Alabama. Ty Simpson has sat on the bench and he didn't start until this year. So he does have a lot of responsibility with shifting protections and all that stuff. But when you watch Alabama play, what you see is a very creative offensive play caller. They do a lot of things to get defenses off balance. So he's going to need to go to a system that has a play caller similar to a Ben Johnson, similar to a Dan Campbell taking over play calls yesterday and putting up 44 against the Commanders. If Ty Simpson does not go into a very creative system, success is not going to be there. So it's only 2. That's it. Kay Klubnik ain't it. Drew Aller got injured. Garrett Nussmeier got benched on Saturday. The quarterback talk, it ain't it. Shedeur is better than these guys. Shedeur put up better numbers. Shedeur looked better. He was more composed. He has more experience. He has more starts. You just look down the board. Them saying get a quarterback next year it's going to be malpractice when you look at the wide receivers and the offensive line. It just doesn't make sense. Everybody and their mama was saying Salter is him, and we see how that worked out for him. Selmo Fudd, that's a fact. That's a fact. I wanted to see his confidence. And Caden Salter, to me, he was shook very quickly with his confidence. And I know you can't build off of a quarterback who is not confident. So I saw it right away. Is Kevin Stefanski watching film? Yeah, he watching film. But you know what he doing, Charmaine? He watching film, and they in the film room. He pointing out every person that's doing something wrong and not saying nothing. He not saying nothing about Dillon Gabriel. He pointing out everybody else. You see the offensive line, you got to give him more time here. Receiver, you gotta run this route closer to exactly what the specs of the route are. Dillon, you got to throw a better pass. That's what he's doing. So the way I know that Kevin Stefanski does that is because that was an issue last year that last 2 years when it came to Deshaun Watson. He refused to call out the quarterback in the film room. People lost respect for him for not calling out the quarterback. He is doing more of the same. He's not, he's not willing to call it out. And Dillon is making the same mistakes, exact same mistakes. Oh, Stefanski made the Madden comment. Okay. I knew I heard it. I take in so much content. I knew I heard it though. Stefanski made a comment about it. If you play Madden, you can call plays Friday. Hey, maybe Kevin Stefanski calling me out. Maybe he was calling me out. But we know you haven't had success at it, Stefanski. Coach TC Taylor was Shedeur's offensive coach at Jackson State. Deion Coach Taylor was your son's offensive coordinator. Hire TC. Clyde, that is a very interesting perspective that I've really been thinking about a lot. I've been thinking about if you take a quarterback early, a young quarterback, you almost need to just take that offensive coordinator that got the most out of him and just pair him with him in the NFL. And I really think they need to do that just so they can keep the continuity together. They can speak the same language and they have that understanding and working together. So I agree with that. It was because Salter previous play at his previous school. He was great. He was a great QB there, but didn't translate at a higher level. It is what it is. Oh, that's a fact. Yeah, he just the lights is too bright. The lights is too bright. All the QB that are coming out, I would take Shedeur over all of them. Tesla, I totally agree. I would take none of these guys over Shedeur. No way. Has all the power at Jackson State as head coach, and he's an alumni. TCA leaving his good thing. Yeah, he would need a lot of assurances in place to leave. Even Diego is good, but none of them are better than Sanders. That's a fact. I've seen Dante Moore, Oregon mentioned. Latanya, Dante Moore has only played about 13 games. Me personally, I have a rule that if you haven't started 25 games, I personally would not draft you high because your development, you still need a long way to go. You need to see way more football. So to me, Dante Moore, I wouldn't take him high. I see his name mentioned, but to me, his best bet would be to go back to school. His best bet would be to go back to school. If I was Dante Moore, he would get drafted high just based on there's not enough good QBs at the top of this draft. It wouldn't be based on he is that much better than players at other positions. So that would be setting him up. And Charmaine, you were talking about Dante Moore as well. The stage was too big for Salter. I agree. Good morning, all. After Stefanski's last presser, you can't tell me the owner isn't backing him. He said we're. I think he's done. I hope the owner's not backing him. I think he's done. Also, TC has NFL coaching experience. Yeah, you know the issue with that is it's the Browns. So the Browns don't have respect. If you are an up-and-coming coach, An up-and-coming head coach. Do y'all know how many times up-and-coming head coaches throughout the years have passed on the Browns because the Browns are the Browns? So if you were a well-run organization and just hit a rough spot, if you were a Philly, if you were a San Diego Chargers, not really well-run, but they're in a better position. If you're one of those teams, if you're a Baltimore Ravens, something like that, people would leave where they have full control to come there. You're not leaving full control to come to the Browns unless you get full control from top down. Unless you're the head coach, GM, you pick your whole staff, you determine who's fired, who's hired, who's drafted. If you don't get that deal, I don't think you leave what you have and come to the Browns. And that's the downside. My question is, why is Stefanski continuing to start DG when his confidence is clearly broken? This is like a humiliation ritual. Yeah, it's almost like he can't even see. He's making it worse. He is the one who can save Dillon Gabriel by benching him, and he will not do it. He's only going to make it worse. DTR, after the way he was embarrassed versus the Baltimore Ravens, he never bounced back. He's out of the NFL. Stefanski might be doing the exact same thing to Dillon Gabriel. He might be out of the NFL in 3 years based on what Kevin Stefanski is putting him through. Give him assistant head coach job, he will take it. The opportunity, I think TC would take it. But with the Browns, I think he will be hesitant. Dillon has wide receivers out there looking like, what was that? Did you see Corley's body language when Dillon overthrew him on the short route? Clearly the locker room was continuing to be lost. I did see that. It was, I believe in the second quarter, they ran a great play. So they ran a misdirection play. Everybody was rolling to the left. Two linemen rolled to the right. It was a screen set up on the back end to Corley. It was one guy in the area. I believe it was Wyatt Teller. Pancake, the guy was laying on top of him. The other lineman was upright. He threw it 15 feet high in the air, and Corley couldn't catch it. Corley was very frustrated because this is happening too much. Too often, he's throwing passes that they can't get to. Way too often. And it's only so long you can hide your frustration. You know, everybody is putting everything on the line when they go out there. So it's only so long. You can't hide the frustration forever. Wide receivers looked a bit better yesterday. They didn't feed Jerry Jeudy in the second half, though. That's a fact. I would agree with you. Dillon Gabriel was not running for his life. Dillon Gabriel, the receivers weren't just dropping all the passes. Dillon Gabriel was the thing to slow down this offense. That's what it was. They were loading up the box. Quinshon Judkins still looked good. He was still productive yesterday. He was making guys miss. So Dillon Gabriel held his offense back. He held it back. Let's get back to it. Who we got up next on the docket? We showed him already.
Blow up the whole damn organization. Fire.
Y'all see that? This is another one. Browns Report by Chat Sports. Blow it up. Everybody is getting there. Everybody is at this point. Everybody, it is one band, one sound. Get rid of Kevin Stefanski. Everybody. I don't even need to show y'all any more of what he said because y'all just heard it right there. Y'all just heard it. Let's go to the next one.
One time during this game.
This is them this morning. I no longer give energy nor acknowledge those that are saying the Browns are drafting QB in 2026 to start because I believe Shedeur will prove the doubters wrong when he gets in. 12 is him. Marie, I like that approach. I'm with you on that approach. I'm with you on that approach. And I did the work to look at the quarterbacks and watch them every single week. So when people bring up a quarterback, I can tell you limitations. I can tell you what they're good at. So I can speak to it from both sides, and I know that these guys are not better than Shedeur. They are not having better collegiate careers than Shedeur. Early in the year, after 4 weeks, I was crossing guys off the list because I was like, this not it. 4 weeks in, 8 weeks in, I crossed off every person off the list that it was a consensus of that was going to be a top pick. And the only one who was left was Fernando Mendoza. And then people say, oh, nobody spoke on Fernando Mendoza. But if you've been watching me, I've been talking about Fernando Mendoza since the very beginning. Since the beginning. So I've been following him all year. But definitely, I really like that approach. It's just a way for people to bring up somebody else, not named Shedeur. he walked into some sacks too. He did walk into sacks yesterday, and he ran into some too, which is crazy. I noticed ESPN shows Get Up and First Take are avoiding talking about Stefanski, but did a week segment on pantomiming with Shedeur, but they're going in on Dayball. C07-111. I was going to bring up some of the stuff with Brian Dayball, but I came to the same realization as you. They are not speaking on Kevin Stefanski this week. I went through, because y'all know, usually I will show a clip from Chris Canty from Unsportsmanlike. They didn't speak on Kevin Stefanski. I looked at ESPN stuff this morning. Get Up. I didn't see them speaking on Kevin Stefanski. And I was like, I see what y'all doing. But y'all going in on Brian Dayball. When Brian, what's the Giants record? What's the Browns record? So you see it. It's the inconsistencies of Gabriel play that causes receivers to struggle. I agree. You can't go a whole first half, no targets, second half, target you 3 times. Next game, first half, target you 4 times. Second half, target you 1 time, throw the ball above, over your head, out of bounds. You need consistency. Consistency is key. Me and one of my close friends, we got to say consistency is key. Anything we're working towards, if he's telling me about something he's working towards, we'll end it with consistency is key. If I send him a message or he sends me a message, because that is how you get better. It's just like Atomic Habits. 1% better daily is how you build up success. So you want to add in 1% of getting better every single day. That's how you maintain and get better. That is not what we're seeing. Your number one receiver should never have, especially on the Cleveland Browns with this receiving core, if you're going to throw the ball more than 30 times, Jerry Jeudy should have 8 to 10 targets every week. 8 to 10 targets every week. 8 to 10 every week. It should never be less than that. You're right. We had Georgia Tech, but Salters blew several open first downs. The Colorado defense was not to blame. Clemson had a problem with the Georgia Tech quarterback. Yeah, they did. I saw it very early with Caden Salter. It was sometimes, I can't remember the exact game, but he had opportunities to throw the ball or run. It was like on 3rd down, 3rd and 4, he could have just ran and he would launch the ball deep instead of just picking up the first down. And I was like, okay, is he trying to show people that he's a quarterback instead of using his athletic traits when needed? And then if you notice, whenever he would get outside the pocket, he's conflicted versus run or the pass, and it slows down his decision-making. So I saw those things, and I was like, this is not going to go well. What do you think about Fernando Mendoza? Fernando Mendoza in the right system could be good, but he's going to need – he is not – think about Jared Goff. For Jared Goff to have success, when he was on the Rams, they needed a strong running game. They needed to do a lot of things for him to have success. If you look at Jared Goff on the Detroit Lions, the reason why he has success is because they have talent out the wazoo. They got a fast running back. They got a power running back. They have shifty receivers. They have a really good tight end. You need that whole setup for Jared Goff to look good. Fernando Mendoza needs that exact same thing. If you look at Fernando Mendoza's team, they got good running backs. They got great receivers. The receiver Cooper that won them the game after they had that game-winner drive against Penn State, where he caught the ball, he looked down and saw where the line was and tapped his foot in to win the game. You need that level of talent around you. So if you don't have all that talent around you, Fernando Mendoza is not going to be able to have success. He needs all those things around him to have success. Without that, there's no point in drafting Fernando Mendoza. The Colorado bus future looks bright, though. We got Juju at QB. That's a fact. That is a fact. I'm going to be doing a watch party for Colorado's next game. I believe it is on the 22nd because they got a bye week this week. As long as it's not 10-15. So if it's a 10-15 game, don't hold me to it. We're not going to do the watch party. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. That's too late for me. I'll be on there looking grumpy. So I'm going to keep it real. But if Colorado's game is at 12, if it's at 3, 3:30, 7:30, we're going to do a watch party for that next game. I'm very excited about Juju. Carmen and Lima show is the clown show. Today they are mad. Tomorrow they will be showing Deshaun film. Talk to him. Shanithia, you must already knew why I was going to show that. I was only going to show that to show you it's a performance. What they're doing is a performance. It's a straight up performance. Suddenly Mary Kay is saying DG needs more time because they switched play callers. Are you serious, man? All over the place, man. All over the place. She a microphone, man. Somebody inside the building is telling her that. Brian and Kevin should be fired on the buddy plan. Facts. Just get them both out of there. Get them both out of there. I told people early on that Brian Daboll, based on the quarterback he took and how it planned out, he would be on the hot seat. So people thought I was tripping, but you see what it is. The Browns are giving Stefanski a run with Gabriel to fly them both out of town at the end of the season. Facts. One-way ticket, no return trip. Salter did that during several games. Marie, yes, where he couldn't decide where he wanted to run or pass, and then he just threw the ball. That 11 o'clock game was perfect. Yeah. So Zedric, you're on Central Time. I'm on Eastern Standard Time. That 12 o'clock Colorado game was perfect. Once I realized the game was so early, I was like, man, I should have did a watch party for this game. But I'm so used to their games not being early that I just assumed it was going to be late before I saw the schedule. DG has reached his ceiling. He doesn't need more time. He played 6 years in college, 6 starts in the NFL. He is who his scouting report says he is. Talk to him, Ivy League man. Talk to him. The clip of Drew Brees saying quarterbacks need a certain amount of high-level starts before you know who they are. He said they need around 50 high-level starts, college and the NFL. DG was in school for 6 years. That's why his ceiling was so low coming into the NFL. Now you see him after more starts in the NFL. He gave it all he got. That's all he got. I gave it all I got, boss. I don't got nothing else. I gave it all to you. You don't got nothing else. Mary Kay was reprimanded for deviating from the script yesterday during our press conference. They was like, conference over. Thanks. No more questions. Thanks. Conference over. They ended that thing quick. Shut it down. Dillon, do you find yourself looking over your shoulder, thinking at some point they're going to play Shedeur and kind of worrying about it? No. I just focus on the things that I can control. And thank you. Walk off. Got up out of there. Cleveland media is on your side until you had them looking crazy too many times. Too many times the Browns had Cleveland media looking crazy this year. So now Cleveland media turned on the Browns. Did anybody see Jets head coach Aaron Glenn approach Shedeur after the game, shake his hand, and whisper something in his ear? Didn't the Jets recently offer to trade for Shedeur? I've heard there were rumors that the Jets wanted to trade for Shedeur, but the Browns' asking price was too high. I'm going to have to go back and look at the end of the game. I'm going to have to go back and check that out. Latanya, I'm not sure, but I wouldn't be surprised. People outside the building are laughing at the Browns. They're like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Every week, why are you doing this? So I wouldn't be surprised if people respect him. Shanithia perfectly summed up the whole reason why I was going to play this performance here from who is this? Ken and Anthony Lima. So we're going to skip that. We don't even need to show it. Performance.
Play well, should win this game. Now Dillon Gabriel has started.
This is going to be the national media right here. This is going to be the national media. So look at how they are speaking on situations. This is how they are speaking on situations regarding the Browns. If you stayed that long, usually that means you can't play. That's a fact. Maurice, you were on to something. Look at Dante Moore. Dante Moore got about 13, 14 starts. First full year as a starter. Ty Simpson, first full year as a starter. Fernando Mendoza, first or second extended year as a starter. They're clamoring for them to come to the NFL. If you good, they don't want you wasting away in college. They want you to come to the NFL if you're good. The longer you stay, it's usually because they don't want you in the NFL.
5 games. He has 1 win. He got 5 yards per attempt today. In a lost season, which clearly this is a lost season again for the Cleveland Browns, you were going to see Shedeur, and I thought for a little bit that Dillon Gabriel would be able to hold it off. That, okay, he's going to play well. They won't lose because of Dillon Gabriel. It's hard to say that they didn't lose today because of Dillon Gabriel and, of course, bad special teams play by the Browns. So I don't know if it's this upcoming week. I don't know if it's the next week. But sooner rather than later, I think we will finally see the debut of Shedeur Sanders.
And that makes sense. Number one, today.
Zedric, I didn't see the jersey swap with Tyrod Taylor. Towards the end of the game, I was on to the post game, but I'm gonna have to check out the end of what happened because it sounded like some interesting things happened at the end of the game. Where's Emory Hunt when you need him? That's a fact. I'm gonna pull up Emory Hunt. If you notice, Emory Hunt hasn't been on CBS Sports since he said certain things about Kevin Stefanski. So he ain't been on there to talk about the Browns. My light is getting dim. Let's pull it up real quick. I got it. Where do I have it at? I'm gonna find it for y'all.
They're a bad team. So one thing we know about bad teams, they will find a way to lose. Yeah. The Jets only scored 13 offensive points and won this game in totality with 27 points because of 2 special teams touchdowns. You cannot allow that to happen. But to your point about Dillon Gabriel, he was sacked 6 times. It feels like he hasn't really found his niche within this offense. So if I am the Cleveland Browns, no question, I give Shedeur a shot, and here's why. When you look at the resources, draft capital they have for the upcoming draft, I need to see both guys and see if one of these guys could be a piece that we can build around for future purposes at the quarterback position. Because next year's draft is going to be a telling sign about what you should do based on what you see now. So let's put Shedeur out there in some meaningful opportunities, no preseason shenanigans, meaningful teams going against high-level defenses to see, you know what? He has it. When you look at some young quarterbacks that we've seen become starters, remember when Russell Wilson became a starter? He took over outside the preseason, but in the regular season, he showed confidence. Guess what they did after that? We don't need to address that position anymore. So that's why I think it would make sense to give Shedeur an opportunity, because I can tell you this much, you're not winning more games with Dillon Gabriel. And I'm not saying it's his fault, but let's shake up a little bit and see can a new quarterback improve the morale.
Yeah, throw him right in the fire. They play Baltimore next week. So just throw him right in the fire, Kevin Stefanski. Let's go. We want to see what we got, right?
These people, they kill me with just they're being disingenuous when they say put him out there, throw him in the fire. It's no easy landing spots for a quarterback in the NFL. You got to play who's on the schedule. I broke that Emory Hunt clip down on my TikTok. I'm trying to find it. I didn't put out way too many videos, y'all. Let me try to find it, though. All right, this is bad podcasting for me, but I'm going to find it. Give me a second. Let's leave that there for a second. Let's get to the next one.
Why Ash laughing at?
Oh, let me pause this. Detroit Gemini, how you doing? Arch Manning, Williams, you best Georgia. Last year against Georgia, you fumbled on the critical 4th. Plus, Georgia made you a runner. Yeah, Arch Manning is not it. Yeah, Maya, they said he swapped with Tyrod Taylor. I got to watch the end of it. Harris from Sports, what's good, bro? I got to find this Emory Hunt clip because I broke it down. I broke it down on my TikTok and I have it on my YouTube, but I got so many clips. It might be easier for me to find it on YouTube. I'm going to see. Emory Hunt called this thing so early. I can't find it. But we're going to do this. I'm going to find it. We're going to find it. Because Emory Hunt was on point, and he called this so early. Okay, perfect. All right. Zedger coming through. All right, this is the jersey swap. Hopefully they're not playing no music. Of course they're playing music. Oh, that's Steve Wilkes. That is the defensive coordinator. That's the defensive coordinator for the Jets. I can't play the sound because it's a bunch of music playing in it. But that is the jersey swap. Shedeur signing the jersey. Shout out to Zedric for sending it. I think I found a shorter version. I can't find my clip. Class act, Tyrod Taylor stopped Shedeur to sign each other's jersey. Tyrod was subliminally saying, "We support you." Facts. A lot of people are saying that. Not one local Cleveland reporter, excluding Garrett Bush, has said DG has a QBR of 26.6. Pure trash. Ivy League Mac is looking bad. So I can't remember if it was Friday or if it was on Sunday before the game. I said that Dillon Gabriel's stats are getting very close. Man, it got dark in here. I said that Dillon Gabriel's stats are getting very close to what Shedeur's stats were against the Rams, and I was like, we're gonna see how people speak about it. Man, my light's not hitting too hot. Looking like I'm in the dark. Let me fix this light right quick, y'all. Give me just a second. Just a second so I can get up out the dark. My camera froze? Man, oh man. What is going on here? Let me make sure my sound is good. All right, so I hear that in the background. Now I'm not on camera. What is happening here? They don't want me to talk about this, y'all. What is going on? The struggle is mad real. Y'all see this? I'm here. Let me see if everything else is working. I go change one light and all this happened. Man, I should have just streamed out the dark. Let's see. Let's take you down. Got you up. I found.
All right, Emery Hunt, CBS Sports HQ.
All right, so everything is playing. Struggle's mad real. Let me play this for y'all. Let me fix my camera.
On that topic of Kevin Stefanski pulling Sanders in that preseason game for the final drive.
A lot of times with these coaches and coaches like Kevin Stefanski, it's ego over execution, it's plays over players. At the end of the day, you got to give this kid a shot to redeem himself. That's the beauty of being a rookie. You're going to go out there, you're going to struggle, you're going to have some success, you're going to struggle again, but you want to see them come out on the other side. Now, Shedeur had 5 sacks, 5 drives, just was trying to press, trying to impress. coaches, the fans, trying to live up to what Dillon Gabriel just put out there on the field. And Kevin Stefanski handled that situation and this whole quarterback competition horribly, because you removed an opportunity for him to redeem himself in that situation, to go out as a winner. And again, it's not just we all see it. Players on the team sees it. Players on the opposing team see it. They know what's going on. They know what's going down, but it's all about Kevin Stefanski's ego. We saw this with Baker Mayfield. Oh, it doesn't fit my system. Well, your system has to be about the players that are in it. And we've seen him do this because the offense was completely different when Dillon Gabriel was out there. It was a lot of, short, quick passes to get the ball out of his hands, spread the formation, which is great. That's what you're supposed to do for a guy that thrives in that situation. So I don't know why for Shedeur the offense changed. He kind of wanted to curate something around him. But at the end of the day, Shedeur recognized he had to play better. That game looked a lot like that UCLA game his first year in Colorado. But I blame Stefanski for how he's handled this whole situation, because it doesn't look very coach of the year leadership.
Yeah, I couldn't disagree.
All right, that was Emory Hunt on Kevin Stefanski. I don't know what's going on here. My camera don't want to give me no shine. They don't want to give me no shine. My camera's tripping. Let me try to fix this. All right, this is what we're going to do. The camera not going to stop us. The camera not going to stop us. I don't know why it took me off like I'm not there. But that's not going to stop us. We still going to get to it. We still going to talk about these things. That was Emory Hunt breaking down Kevin Stefanski, and that was him breaking down Kevin Stefanski and how Kevin Stefanski was being stubborn as a play caller, and it's his offense versus the players. We've seen that come true. So he said that a while ago. That's from 2 months ago, y'all. Let me get to y'all in the chat. Says a lot that the defensive coordinator went up to him, though. That is correct. Steve Wilkes going up to Shedeur says a lot. Opposing players show more respect and support of Shedeur than Cleveland's local media. My understanding was Drake May sought him out as well during the Patriots game. Man, if that's the case, everybody sees it except for the Browns. Then you got to ask yourself, how can you trust the Browns? It seems like Cleveland is holding Shedeur back by keeping Dillon in these games. Miss Brown, that's a fact. They are. Zedric, he was about to say, I couldn't disagree more. He was. Players and coaches around the league know that the Browns are on one. They know Shedeur should be playing. I agree, Maya. Stefanski doesn't realize he's trying to penalize Shedeur, but he's actually elevating him with the players and other coaches. I totally agree. That's true. Shedeur was the last player to go to the locker room because he was signing his shirt. It was the same way when I went to the Carolina Panthers preseason game. Shedeur was the last person on the field signing stuff, talking to people and everything. DG didn't get pulled for throwing a safety. Nope. It ain't really much he could do to get pulled. More eyes looking on in Cleveland that we probably can't fathom. Facts. Shedeur is, I always compared him to a lightning rod where once you hit lightning strikes, then everything looks different and it exposes everything that's not good. The Cleveland media is not good. The way they cover the team is not good. The way the Browns run their organization is not good. And it's put up on, it's like they put it up on the Summer Jam screen back in the day, and it's exposed to the world. The world is watching. What was he about to say? Let me get that for you. Harris Room. Yeah, Dillon it's a wrap for Dillon, man. He was fumbling and stumbling through what he wanted to say.
Emory Moore is certainly entitled to his opinion. He's referring to the short, quick passes. That's one, it was in a 2-minute drill, the ones that were there. Two, nobody was telling Shedeur to hang on to the ball. I mean, there were a couple of plays where he held onto the ball for 6 seconds. If you expect anything other than to get thrown for a 15-yard sack, holding onto the ball in the NFL for 6 seconds, you're kidding yourselves.
Hey, keep that same energy. This was 2 months ago. Keep that same energy. Keep the same energy when you talk about how Dillon Gabriel's been playing, taking 6 sacks yesterday. Keep that same energy. Keep talking about it. Keep talking about it. Shedeur can get pulled for struggling, but DG has to play through this. Facts. I wanted to go to Shannon Sharp because this is what he had to say.
Oh, Lord. What happened?
Boy, Cleveland.
It's bad, huh?
Yeah, I mean, look, Cleveland ain't trying to win. Let's stop. We got to stop expecting Shedeur because Shedeur going to come in there and try to win. They don't want to win. They want to get draft picks. They want to they're going to redo this thing.
I mean,
they're going to redo this thing. And would I be surprised after this season if Myles Garrett said, I gave y'all a chance, but y'all not going to do anything.
You think they're going to let him go?
Okay, so the sound is still coming through.
Take them draft picks and rebuild. You gonna go 2-15 with him?
You might well go 2-15 without him.
Might as well try to rebuild for the future and get 3 first-round draft picks and go start over.
Yeah, I listen. I wouldn't mind seeing Myles come on right down the street, man. Come on down there in Cincinnati now. Have a good old time with your boy.
I think this is Streamlabs' problem. I'm resetting this on my end. Maya, for me, I usually listen to Cleveland media just to use it as an example for me to express how I view it. But usually they don't really say much insightful in the Cleveland media. They don't really say much. They don't watch the games or anything. So usually they're not giving you no insight. Yeah, I think they were saying that Myles could try to force his way out of Cleveland. I don't see him being able to force his way out of Cleveland, though. I don't see it happening. I don't see it. Man, I really wanted to get to this Acho. I really want to get to this Acho conversation. But my camera, man, what is up? All right, y'all, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to shut this stream down, and I'm going to jump right back on stream just so I can get my camera back. We probably got about 15, 20 minutes to go in the show, but I want to finish it right, making sure we get to Emmanuel Acho and how he's speaking on the situation. So shout out to y'all. I'm going to shut this down, get it reset right. I'll be right back. So just tap right back in. Tap right back in with me.